A very good evening, listeners, and welcome to another edition of Market Mantra, in which we give you a complete update on the economic and business news of the day. And today being Sunday, we'll also be taking calls from you, our listeners, on mutual fund and related issues. You can call us on 2331 4444, 2371 7106, and we do have a third dedicated line for you. That's 2371 7117. If you're calling from outside Delhi, please prefix the STD code, that's 011 before the numbers. I'm Ranga Bashyam, and with me is my co-anchor in Hindi, Vishal Sharma.
नमस्कार, मार्केट मंत्र में आप सभी का स्वागत। आधे घंटे के इस कार्यक्रम में हम आप तक लाते हैं देश और दुनिया से ताजा आर्थिक समाचार। आज रविवार है और आज भी हम म्यूचुअल फंड से जुड़े आपके प्रश्न प्रोग्राम में सीधे शामिल करेंगे। आप हमें फोन करके म्यूचुअल फंड से जुड़ी कोई भी जानकारी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मेरे को एंकर रंगा भाष्यम ने अभी आपको फोन नंबर्स बताए। नंबर्स एक बार फिर दोहराए देते हैं, 23314444, 23717106 और 23717117। हमारे दिल्ली से बाहर के श्रोता इन नंबरों से पहले 011 लगाना ना भूलें। सवालों के जवाब देने के लिए आज हमारे साथ कार्यक्रम में आमंत्रित हैं म्यूचुअल फंड विशेषज्ञ धीरेन्द्र कुमार। धीरेन्द्र, नमस्कार, कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत जी। और शुरुआत में हेडलाइंस के साथ हैं एस रंगाभाष्यम।
Thank you, Vishal. The top stories. India's foreign exchange reserves hit a record high of $575 billion. And key domestic stocks appreciate for the fourth straight week, hit fresh record during the business week ended Friday.
देश का विदेशी मुद्रा भंडार $575 बिलियन की रिकॉर्ड ऊंचाई पर पहुंचा। प्रमुख घरेलू शेयर बाजारों में लगातार चौथे सप्ताह में बढ़त दर्ज। शुक्रवार को समाप्त कारोबारी सप्ताह के दौरान बाजार रिकॉर्ड ऊंचाई पर।
Well, now for all the details, let's start off with the forex scenario. India's foreign exchange reserves hit a record level of $575 billion during the business week ended 20th of this month. According to the weekly statistical supplement released by the Reserve Bank of India, during the week it climbed more than $2.5 billion. During the last 1 year, the reserves have surged around $127 billion. There are four components of forex reserves. According to the RBI's statistical supplement, as of 20th of this month, foreign currency assets climbed to around $533 billion. Gold reserves reached $36 billion. The country's reserve position with the International Monetary Fund was around $4.5 billion, and special drawing rights, or SDRs, were at around $1.5 billion. Let's start off with our phone calls. We have Sachin joining us all the way from Mumbai on the show this evening. And before that, once again, a warm welcome to the program, Dhirendra. Hello.
जी धीरेन्द्र जी, आप हमें सुन पा रहे हैं?
Dhirendra ji, are you there with us? Well, there seems to be some technical issue. Well, happens, Vishal, in a live program like this, where, week after week, for years together, and rather almost, 2 decades, we have been having this show, Market Mantra, on AIR FM Gold. And in the past couple of years, we have this phone-in program on 3 days during the week, that is on Saturdays, Sunday, and also on Mondays. We have this live interaction with our audience, and such small glitches do happen, isn't it?
जी, और जब तक धीरेन्द्र हमसे जुड़ते हैं कार्यक्रम में, तब तक हम अगली स्टोरी की तरफ नजर डाल लेते हैं। प्रमुख घरेलू शेयर बाजारों में लगातार चौथे सप्ताह तेजी देखी गई। शुक्रवार को समाप्त कारोबारी सप्ताह के दौरान बाजार रिकॉर्ड ऊंचाई पर पहुंच गए। सेंसेक्स 44,000 से ऊपर पहुंचकर बंद हुआ, जबकि निफ्टी 13,000 के स्तर के नजदीक पहुंच गया। सेंसेक्स 0.61% की बढ़त से 267 अंक चढ़कर 44,150 पर बंद हुआ। निफ्टी 0.85% की वृद्धि दर्ज करके 110 अंक बढ़कर 12,965 पर बंद हुआ। भारी उतार चढ़ाव भरे कारोबारी सप्ताह के बीच बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पर व्यापक बाजार का प्रदर्शन सेंसेक्स से बेहतर रहा। बीएसई मिड कैप इंडेक्स 2.91% चढ़ा, वहीं स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स में 4.28% की बढ़त दर्ज हुई। नेशनल सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिटरी लिमिटेड NSDL की रिपोर्ट के अनुसार विदेशी पोर्टफोलियो निवेशकों ने शुक्रवार को 2,481 करोड़ रुपए भारतीय बाजारों में डाले।
That's right. And Vishal, as we were just, seeing this story on Forex reserves, just to tell our listeners about the Forex scenario, there have been times, where the Forex scenario was very low and, history has seen it that, just enough to meet the supply for, 2 weeks time. Especially this happened at the time around...
गल्फ बार के आसपास।
Exactly.
खाड़ी युद्ध के दौरान भारत का, देश का विदेशी मुद्रा भंडार बहुत निचले स्तर पर पहुंच गया था।
Which was a very precarious situation and a dangerous situation. And immediately after that, the liberalization happened in 1991. And we moved on. And today, if we see $575 billion, that's a huge reserve, and any country for that matter would be really satisfied with this kind of a level. Although, just a couple of years back, 6-7 years back, we crossed that $300 billion mark, and that itself was a very big satisfaction. Now it is almost double, from 300 to almost near 600, and I'm sure this would be again be achieved in another 3 months or 6 months time, where we would be touching $600 billion going back.
और विदेशी मुद्रा भंडार में जो इस तरह की रिकॉर्ड जो एक वृद्धि देखी जा रही है, बढ़त देखी जा रही है, ये अपने आप में किसी भी देश की अर्थव्यवस्था में एक मजबूती के संकेत भी एक कुछ हद तक देती है।
Exactly. And since we have been a major importer of crude oil for our consumption and for our needs, we have been making dollar payments to the
और हमारा ज्यादातर जो तेल, कच्चे तेल की जो जरूरतें हैं वो हमारी आयात से ही पूरी होती हैं, और वहां पर हमें विदेशी मुद्रा की बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर जरूरत पड़ती है।
Exactly. And because of that, we have to use Forex for making payment. And this kind of a scenario where it has, hit a record high of $575 billion would give a big sigh of relief also to the Reserve Bank of India and also to our economists and the government at large. What would you say? Isn't it the Forex scenario is really comfortable position?
जी, और अब हम लगता है हमें हमारा संपर्क फिर से एक बार हमारे विशेषज्ञ से हो गया है। जी, कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत है। हेलो
Dhirendra, do we have you online? There's some glitch and some technical issue. I'm sure our engineering team will resolve it as soon as possible. But it does happen,
बात कर लेते हैं शेयर बाजार की, जो घरेलू शेयर बाजारों में लगातार चौथे सप्ताह अभी तेजी देखी गई है और अब 44,000 से ऊपर पहुंचकर बंद हुआ है सेंसेक्स, यानी कि 45,000 के स्तर छूने के करीब है। और ऐसे में जब अगर देखा जाए तो रंगाबाशम की जब शेयर बाजार अपनी रिकॉर्ड हाई पर पहुंच रहा है, तो जो इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड के जो निवेशक हैं उनके लिए क्या अब मुझे लगता है कि क्या उनके सामने क्या रणनीति उन्हें अब आगे बनानी चाहिए, क्योंकि अब मार्केट बिल्कुल रिकॉर्ड हाई पे है। तो म्यूचुअल फंड के जो इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड के जो निवेशक हैं उनको किस दिशा में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, ये भी एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सवाल बन जाता है यहाँ पर।
राइट विशाल, एक्चुअली these are record highs, 44,000, and that too in these times of the COVID pandemic. If you remember, in around March, all the market analysts were kind of predicting it as a doomsday, and everything is going down, and it had the Sensex and the broader market had come down on a big way. But from there on, regaining the 40,000 mark and now going beyond 42,000 and 44,000, that's a big sigh of relief.
और मार्च का जो लो था जो शेयर बाजार का, उससे अभी तक 75% से अधिक की ग्रोथ अभी तक देखने को मिली है।
Really huge.
और बड़ी अच्छी खासी रिकवरी हुई है।
Yeah, but Vishal, at the same time, I think most of our analysts and experts would sound caution, because from here on, the markets, can't move up endlessly. It can't going up. It can't be going up, endlessly up. So it has to come down, and from these record levels, there is, bound to be some profit booking, and in times to come, probably we'll see some profit booking as well. Well, it's time to take a quick break now, but when we come back from the break, let's hope we get connected to our expert Dhirendra Kumar, who is our mutual fund expert, and also we'll be taking phone calls.
बड़े भैया, इस कहावत को जरा एक्सप्लेन तो करिए कि नाच न जाने आंगन टेढ़ा।
सिंपल है छोटे, इन्वेस्टमेंट डांस की तरह है। अगर ध्यान से सोच समझ कर करोगे तो मस्त रहोगे, और अगर लापरवाही की बाजू वाले से भिड़ोगे।
ओ, तो ये बात है।
हाँ छोटे, इन्वेस्ट करने से पहले पूरी जानकारी जुटाइए और बाजू वाले की नहीं, अपनी अकल लगाइए।
बड़े भैया।
अरे छोटे,
भारत के सबसे बड़े स्टॉक एक्सचेंज NSE द्वारा निवेशकों के हित में जारी।
सोच कर, समझ कर, इन्वेस्ट कर।
तो बात हम कर रहे थे रंगाभाष्यम की, क्या जो अब इक्विटी फंड के जो निवेशक हैं, म्यूचुअल फंड्स के निवेशक हैं, उनके लिए क्या रणनीति होनी चाहिए। और देखा जाए तो मार्केट का वैल्यूएशन जो है वो भी हुआ है, काफी बढ़ा है, और निवेशकों को यहां पर मुझे लगता है कि सबसे पहले ये देखना जरूरी होगा कि क्या उनके जो निवेश के लक्ष्य हैं वो क्या पूरे हो पा रहे हैं।
That's true. And equity mutual funds, as you said, I hope we'll be able to talk to Dhirendra as well during the program. And we'll put those questions which we have been getting through other media and also through email, that many of the investors and listeners of our program want to know that is this the time where they should stop their SIP, because the market is already at a high, and from here on there are more chances that the market may go down. So, many people want to know that they should stop probably and again, restart the SIPs or systematic investment plans once the market levels out.
हाँ, प्रॉफिट बुक करके कुछ हिस्सा जो है प्रॉफिट बुक करके बाहर निकल जाएं, और फिर आगे जब करेक्शन हो तो नीचे आए मार्केट तो फिर उसमें और इन्वेस्ट करें वो इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में।
Exactly. And Vishal, just for our listeners, I'll just go through this stock market story for those who are not well conversant with Hindi. And this story talks about the stock market and especially the week gone by. Key domestic stocks appreciated for the fourth straight week, hitting record highs during the business week ended this Friday. The Sensex closed above the 44,000 mark, while the Nifty ended near 13,000 level. The Sensex rose 267 points or 0.61% to close at 44,150. The Nifty 50 index gained 110 points or 0.85% to close at 12,965, just a tad below the 13,000 mark. Amid high volatility during the week, the broader markets at BSE also gained, outperforming the Sensex. The mid-cap climbed 2.91%, while the BSE small cap zoomed 4.28%. According to the report of NSDL on Friday, foreign portfolio investors, FPIs, pumped more than 2,481 crore rupees into the Indian capital market. Vishal, this is something which is, really good news for the stock markets, that even in times like these, we are, reeling under the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. But despite that, we see that foreign portfolio investors are showing confidence in the Indian markets. So see, for example, just this Friday, on one day they have pumped in close to 2,500 crore rupees into the Indian equity markets. That in some way or the other, hints towards and shows that the international community of investors have some semblance of confidence in the Indian stock markets, isn't it?
जी, ये तो बात बिल्कुल ठीक है कि जो विदेशी निवेशकों का विश्वास अभी भी भारतीय बाजारों में बना हुआ है, अर्थव्यवस्था में बना हुआ है, और ये विश्वास आगे बना रहेगा, ऐसी संभावनाएं दिखाई पड़ती हैं। और बात आपने यहाँ पर रंगाभाष्यम करी कि जो आपने बताया कि ये जो व्यापक बाजार है मिड कैप इंडेक्स जो है और खासतौर पर स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स, इसका प्रदर्शन सेंसेक्स से भी बेहतर रहा है पिछले चौथे सप्ताह, 4 कारोबारी सप्ताह के दौरान। और इसमें जो है बीएसई मिड कैप इंडेक्स 2.91% चढ़ा और वहीं स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स में 4.28% की बढ़त दर्ज की गई है। तो ऐसे में अगर हम म्यूचुअल फंड निवेशकों की नजरिए से बात करें तो लार्ज कैप फंड्स जो होते हैं उनमें तो जो निवेश करते ही हैं म्यूचुअल फंड निवेशक, लेकिन क्या अब जो है स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स और स्मॉल कैप और जो मझोली जो कंपनियां हैं उनके शेयरों में भी इक्विटी निवेशकों में जो है वो उसमें निवेश कर सकते हैं?
That's true. Vishal, a short while back you spoke about the March period, where we saw, it was almost a gloomy time when everything was going down, the lockdown had started. And people were feeling it was a very different kind of a feeling that what is going to happen in the near future, next month, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. But from there on, it's been more than 6 months, and things have moved on. Although we have seen the impact of COVID by way of mortality and morbidity, but now things are getting back on the track, and the economy is looking up. And if we were to talk about the latest figures of GDP, the quarter before that it was close to 24%, but now the dip is just around 7%, which is much better. I think we have been successful to connect to our expert Dhirendra. Good evening, Dhirendra.
Good evening, Ranga.
Yeah, a very good evening, and nice to have you on the show. Although we have lost substantial part of the program, we couldn't take phone calls.
Never mind. Let's
Yeah, technical glitch, but now
start wherever we can.
Exactly. So we will be shortly taking phone calls. But before that, let me take a quick look at some of the other stories which we have. But before we do that, we have Aditya, one of our very regular callers who calls from Thane. Good evening, Aditya, and welcome to the show. Aditya, do we have you online?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. Go on, put your question.
My first question to our expert is, considering the positive GDP data, can we see the market moving up for the week coming? And my second question is, can you please name us some sources from which we can get mutual funds or other economic related information other than this radio program?
Okay. It is very difficult to relate to a specific thing like GDP data and market going up. Even when the market, by that yardstick, GDP data was very bad, and we still, we could really, the market really gained substantially despite that. So I would say that it's very difficult to relate to all that, and guessing market on a day-to-day basis or on a very short-term basis is a very dangerous business, and one should not really be thinking about that. Do some, search on the second question where you could get mutual fund information. You can go to Value Research Online, which is our website, and similar websites are there. Even on generic website, Economic Times or Live Mint and all these people, they also have mutual fund coverage on their website.
जी, और अब हमारे साथ फोन लाइन पर जुड़ गए हैं शशिकांत जी मुंबई से। हेलो।
हाँ, नमस्ते सर।
जी नमस्कार।
हाँ जी, धीरेन्द्र जी नमस्ते। आप सभी सदस्यों को शुभ दीपावली।
धन्यवाद
सर की बहुत बहुत शुभकामना सर। धीरेन्द्र जी को इनकी सूचना और बहुत सराहनीय रहती है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है प्रोग्राम में मुझे। सर मुझे जानना था कि अभी गोल्ड रेट काफी लो लेवल पे है, तो अभी इससे और नीचे जा सकता है क्या सर? तो एक्सपेक्टेशन का स्पेकुलेशन जरा बताएंगे सर।
किसका? गोल्ड का?
हाँ जी, गोल्ड का काफी लो लेवल में चल रहा है अभी, तो नीचे 4.7 समथिंग चल रहा है, 4.7।
नहीं, सोने के दाम पे आप भरोसा मत कीजिए। इस पूरे गिरावट के बावजूद भी साल भर का जो रिटर्न गोल्ड पे है वो काफी स्ट्रांग है। अभी भी अगर आप देखें कि जनवरी से अभी तक गोल्ड करीब 23% ऊपर है। तो इस गिरावट के बावजूद मामूली गिरावट हुई है, पर इसको अगर आप लंबे समय में अगर आप देखेंगे तो गोल्ड मुझे लगता है कि अभी भी काफी महंगा है।
जी, और हमारे साथ एसपीएस जैन नोएडा से बने हुए हैं, लेकिन उससे पहले हम लेंगे ब्रेक।
बड़े भैया इस कहावत को जरा एक्सप्लेन तो करिए कि आंख झपक जाए और अवसर बीत जाए।
अरे छोटे, मतलब ये कि अगर आप निवेश करने के बाद उसे भूल जाएंगे तो उसे बेहतर बनाने के मौके आके चले जाएंगे।
वो तो ये बात है।
हाँ छोटे, निवेश के बाद उस पर निगरानी रखिए, आंखें मूंद कर सोते मत रहिए।
बड़े
छोटे,
भारत के सबसे बड़े स्टॉक एक्सचेंज NSE द्वारा निवेशकों के हित में जारी।
सोचकर समझकर इन्वेस्ट कर।
ब्रेक के बाद कार्यक्रम में आप सभी का फिर से स्वागत। और ब्रेक पर जाने से पहले हमारे साथ फोन लाइन पर जुड़ गए थे नोएडा से SPS जैन जी। SPS जैन जी, कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत है।
हाँ नमस्कार जी, सभी को नमस्कार
जी। नमस्कार।
मेरे दो सवाल हैं। एक तो अक्सर कहा जाता है कि फंड खरीदने से पहले उसकी पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस पर मत जाइएगा
जी।
तो एक कॉमन आदमी को और क्या पैरामीटर्स हैं जिसके बेसिस पर वो अपना जजमेंट करे। दूसरा सवाल यह है कि नॉर्मल फंड की क्या लाइफ होती है। मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूं कि मैं अपनी 2005 से मैं म्यूचुअल फंड खरीद रहा हूं और जो 2005-2006 में खरीदे थे वो कैन नॉट बी सीन टुडे इन द लिस्ट।
मुझे पता नहीं है कि आप किस फंड की बात कर रहे हैं जो 2005 में थे और आज नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर वो नहीं भी होंगे तो उनका नाम बदला होगा, ये किसी दूसरे फंड से मर्ज करके होंगे। ओपन एंड फंड तो उम्मीद की जाती है कि वो हमेशा रहेंगे और भारत में बहुत सारे ऐसे फंड हैं जो 20 साल 25 साल पुराने हो गए हैं और अगर कंपनी वगैरह बिक जाती है तो उनका नाम बदला जाता है। और आपको ध्यान होगा कि पहले एक रिक्लासिफिकेशन का एक्सरसाइज हुआ था, उस समय में बहुत सारे फंड एक दूसरे से मर्ज कर गए थे क्योंकि उसमें प्रायोजन किया गया था कि हर एक म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनी के पास इतने ही फंड हो सकते हैं और हर एक कैटेगरी में एक ही फंड होना चाहिए। तो उस समय एक बड़ा बदलाव हुआ था। तो इसके अलावा कुछ खास हुआ नहीं।
Right. Let's move on and take our next caller. We have Arun joining us from Delhi. Hello, Arun. Do we have you online? I think we have lost contact with Arun, but let's take some news items before taking more calls. Union Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has said that India is first emerging as, in fact, it's fast emerging as a destination country for investment in renewable energy sector. Addressing the third Global Renewable Energy Investment Conference 2020 through virtual mode yesterday, the Union Minister said that $64 billion American have been invested in India's renewable energy sector during the last 6 years. He said that the government of India have targeted to set up 5,000 CBG plants in the country with an investment of $20 billion, even as 1,500 CBG plants have already become operational. And let's take our next caller. We have RS Dahiya joining us from Delhi. Good evening and welcome to Market Mantra.
Sir, very good evening to you all, your staff of Market Mantra.
Yeah.
Please do not disconnect my line. I got a little longer question to Dhirendra ji.
Sure. Please go ahead.
I have investment in 3-4 schemes, that is HDFC Mid Cap Opportunity Fund, HDFC Equity Fund, and Franklin Templeton Equity Advantage Fund, and L&T India Value Fund.
Okay.
Once upon a time they were doing very well. Now they are dipped down a lot. I don't know what to do. I need his advice. Secondly, are there any funds, index funds, which are giving 15 to 17% annualized return? If so, please give me the names.
Yeah, there are quite a few funds, but index funds have given the returns in the past, and they're not substantially, more or less. And if you are thinking that, the recent past performance will be repeated here, then, that is actually the official disclaimer. This is a question which I did not answer, which the previous caller was asking, that, what is to see if you can't really base your decision based on recent past performance. I agree with you. 2 of the 4 funds that you mentioned are not doing well, and I think, there is a reason why you should be changing. Any market-linked investment, the reason why you buy them for consistency of return, their ability to withstand. A good fund is the one which falls little less than the market, and which rises little more than the market in a rising market and falls little less in a falling market. And 2 of the 4 funds have been extremely disappointed on that front. And still, I would say that one should really give some fund opportunity, a benefit of doubt, because everybody cannot be right all the time. But I think some of 2 of the 4 funds have been very consistently failing on this front, not good rising with the market and falling so much more in a falling market. And so you should clearly get rid of them, substitute with the better fund. And there are quite a few index fund available to you. The biggest one is the ETF, SBI Nifty ETF, which is available at the lowest possible cost, and they replicate the index of the Nifty, the return of the Nifty.
जी, और हमारे साथ दिल्ली से अरुण दोबारा हमारे साथ प्रोग्राम में फिर से जुड़ गए हैं. हेलो अरुण जी.
Good evening.
जी, गुड इवनिंग. कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत.
I just wanted to know, is there any advantage of buying it directly, the mutual fund, rather than going through the financial advisor? And then who pays the financial advisor's fees? Is it the AMC or me? Thank you.
Okay. There is a benefit of going directly and buying mutual funds directly, because the expense ratio of mutual fund is lower for the direct plan. Every fund is available in 2 formats. There is a regular plan which is bought through the financial advisor, and the direct plan which you buy yourself. And the difference in the return of the 2, or difference in the expense ratio of the 2, that so you effectively pay, and the AMC actually gives the money to because you write one check, and the annual expense ratio is higher. So the difference between the direct and growth, a regular plan, is shared with the advisor, maybe a little more. So or maybe a little more, little less, depending on the scale of the advisor. But you bear it, but you don't pay it from your pocket.
Fine. That's it. We'll have to call it a day. We have Virendra Goyal joining us from Gurgaon, but I'm afraid due to paucity of time, we won't be able to take his call. We would request him to call up in our program next. So that's it. We'll have to call it a day. Dhirendra, thank you so much for joining us on the show as usual. And we would also like to thank all our callers for their active participation in today's program. And before we close, a quick look at the top stories. India's foreign exchange reserves hit a record high of $575 billion, and key domestic stocks appreciate for the 4th straight week, hit fresh record during the business week ended on Friday. So that's it in this edition of Market Mantra from the entire team. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.
Namaskar.
Market Mantra. Market Mantra. Market Mantra.